Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So in today's video we're going to take a look at hopper clocks and just how to build them and how to configure them. Okay, so to start off I'll just explain how it works and then I'll quickly show you how to build it. Well, it's not actually that difficult, it's literally just everything you see here. But yeah, let's get right off. So just to note, this redstone lamp and those two are not necessary. That is just to give you a visual indication of what's happening. So the basic of this clock is just two hoppers running into each other. So you can see right here they are running into each other, and then we have two comparators at each end with two redstone dust and two sticky pistons and a redstone block, and then you just put items inside it. Now I'll later get on to how many items you need. It depends on the time or the time delay you want, but let's quickly look at how this form works. So the comparator detects the items inside of the hopper and then just gives a redstone signal which fires the piston or extends the piston, and at the moment there isn't any items in this one, so this isn't actually detecting anything. But if you quickly turn it on, you can see that now there's items inside. There's items inside, and there is the rest of them. So now this is powered, but that piston is already extended, so that redstone block won't move, and that redstone block also locks this hopper, so items can flow into it but no items can flow out. And if we just depower that again, there you can see it keeps on and this one is draining. And then once all of the items is in this hopper, that comparator will actually turn off, which causes that piston to retract, and simultaneously that piston extends then. And yeah, this is actually the on-off switch right here. You can also just use a solid block with a lever on it, it doesn't really matter. But if there's just a on-off switch, this just locks the hopper regardless of where the redstone block is. This locks this hopper, which just stops the clock. So as you can see there just happened. That piston retracted and that one extended, and then now also the redstone block is on this one. And there, this is actually where you would take your output, is right here at the back. So yeah, there's different ways of getting the output. I'll also get to that later and show you the different outputs, but you would take it from right here. So right here you would have your just a redstone line running out, or maybe a comparator if you want to, or you can even put a observer right here facing this way with the redstone, or a repeater behind it. But yeah, this is where you would take your output here. It doesn't matter which side. Well, I recommend the side that you put your output on, you also put your lever on, because if this when this is powered, then it locks this hopper, so that means that piston or that redstone block won't change and maybe send off your farm or whatever you're using this clock for. So let's look at the next one. This is actually that same clock, it's just two linked together. So as you can see at the bottom here, we have that clock and just a simple redstone block on top with a sticky piston, a block on top, and then there's a redstone torch. There's a repeater there that's set to 2 ticks with an observer facing this way, and then we just have that same exact clock that we have right there. I don't think I really need to show you how to build this. It's quite simple. Basically, there's just two solid blocks, there's a solid block, two sticky pistons, hoppers facing into each other, and two comparators. And yeah, so yeah, this is basically the system. This is two of them together, and now let's quickly look at how the timings and so forth work. Okay, so let's quickly look at this. So right here I'm saying it's items divided by 2.5 equals the amount of seconds using, because a hopper can transfer items at a rate of 2.5 items per second. So that's why I'm dividing it by 2.5 to get the amount of seconds. So with just a simple clock like the one you have here, which is just this one, you can get a delay of 2 minutes and 8 seconds, or just 128 seconds. And yeah, there's multiple ways of taking output, but I'll get to that later in the video. Let's quickly look at the double hopper clock right here, and yeah, let me show you that timing. So I'm putting the two signs like this. So this is the top clock, which is that one, and the bottom one is for the bottom clock, right, which is the bottom one, obviously. Okay, so if we have 5 full stacks, that is 128 seconds, or just 2 minutes and 8 seconds, whichever way you want to look at it. And then it's basically that 128 seconds times the amount of items you put in this bottom clock. So at the moment, okay, you can see we have 3. Okay, let's put 1 in. So that'll be a delay of every 2 minutes, and that's 4 minutes, and that's that's 2 minutes, and that's 4 minutes, and that's 6 minutes. So you times this with the amount of seconds of this top clock right here. So in this configuration, let's quickly look at this. So if you have it like this with 5 full stacks, then this increments right here, it would be in every 2 minutes and 8 seconds. So for each item you put in there, that is 2 minutes and 8 seconds. So that's 2 minutes, that's 4 minutes, and that's 6 minutes, and so forth. So you can also put this 5 full stacks, but then this clock would be extremely long. And yeah, the other thing is you can actually link this up more. So you can the system from this redstone block all the way over here, you can put another one here, another one of these systems over here, and link it further on. And yeah, you can actually create a delay of up to a few days or even weeks or months if you really want to. I don't see the point in that, but you could do something like that. And I just quickly want to say that this setup right here, it doesn't necessarily have to go up. You can also make it so that the redstone block is on this side with the piston on this side, so it gets retracted this way. You can also place the block beneath there with the piston down here, and then just use this just use the system for the sticky piston and redstone block. So basically, if I can just explain what this does, is this basically retracts only for enough time so that one item can go through. I quickly show you that if I just take this redstone block out and place it back in. So now, sorry, it was locked by this one, so I can just demonstrate that again. So that was 2, and then you can see there's 2 items. So with every time that this one is fired, that gives an output, and then 1 item is transferred. So that's why I'm saying over here, for the amount of time that top clock is at, you times it by the items to get the total output of the delay you have in all the clock every time it gives an output. But you can also, in the top clock, you can also divide that items by, or you can put any amount of items in there, or up to 5 full stacks. But let's say you only put 2.5 stacks in, that is around 64 seconds, and that gives you around a minute delay. So for each item you put in the bottom one, then you get plus a minute of delay extra. So yeah, if you want, let's say you want 3 minutes delay, then you would definitely put just 2.5 stacks in the top one, and then put 3 items in the bottom block. But you can also then, on the other hand, go to this one, which is a 2 minute and 8 second delay, and yeah, just put 5 full stacks in there, and then you'll have a really long delay. I can't do the maths out of my head right now. But yeah, the only thing to remember here is for each for the top clock, for each item you put in, there's 2.5 items per second, so it's about for 5 items, then it's 2 seconds worth of delay. And this clock you can also just turn on and off with a solid block and a lever right here. Let's quickly look at all the different outputs. So let's say this redstone block here and these 2 pistons is the back here. you can get by just this simple system here. This is just a sticky piston. That is a repeater, sticky piston, another repeater, and this needs a block on top. So if it fires, you will see that now the lamp isn't powered, but if it goes back to the original facing, it turns on for just a second. And the one thing to remember with this specific system is let's say you put 5 full stacks in, just so it's easy, so it's 2 minutes and 8 seconds delay. That means after 2 minutes and 8 seconds the redstone block will be over here, and then after another 2 minutes and 8 seconds the block would be over there. So that means that every 4 minutes and 16 seconds this redstone lamp would be powered. But there's a that's just one thing to keep in mind. If you're picking up that your clock is like twice as long as you intended it to be, then yeah, you shouldn't use this system. Then I recommend using this one with just a basic observer. So this means every time this redstone block moves, it will give an output. So literally that is directly I believe the word is directly proportionate if you want to talk in mathematical terms. But yeah, basically then every time that one of those pistons fires or retracts, you'll get an output. So you can also use this system if you want a continuous output. You can just have a simple redstone line out or a redstone repeater going out, and so this basically the 3 different types of output that I would use or normally use. There are other kinds as well, but yeah, this is the 3 that I normally use. And yeah, just again, you would take your output right over here. This is where you would take your output. And yeah, I think that is all for this video. I think it's quite simple. It's really easy to build. Yeah, if you want to delay, this is especially useful if you have like a melon and pumpkin farm or a sugarcane farm, bamboo farm even. So yeah, you can build a simple clock so it automatically harvests like every 2 minutes or 4 minutes, or depending on what your configurations is. Another thing just to quickly mention is let's say you're using both of 2 clocks, so you're linking them together, then I would always recommend putting more items in the top one and the lesser items in bottom. So you could put the 5 stacks in the bottom one and then just a few items in the top, but that isn't I wouldn't recommend that, because that means that this top piston would fire more regularly, causing a bit more lag. If you put more items at the top one, then this one would fire less frequently, but you'll still get the same time. So it doesn't actually matter where you put the items in. So yeah, I think you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I would just recommend putting the lesser items in the bottom one. That creates a little bit less lag. Yeah, that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like, leave a comment if you really want to. If you're struggling with something, if you have a problem, just let me know. I'll do my best to help you. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you again next time.